Well, hello and welcome, everyone. I am actually wearing the same jacket that I was wearing last week. And so you might think that this is last week's live, but it's not. It is actually what I am doing today. And I thought that I would drop a few little cute little emojis in the corner of my screen. They're actually supposed to, I think, go over the entire screen, but I must need to reset something. So that's pretty funny. And what I thought that I might do is I might actually put on a different jacket so that you know that it is actually me and it is actually a different broadcast. So I noticed actually before I came into my garage, it's a little cold in here, and so that's why I sometimes have to wear my jacket. So, welcome to my weekly Wednesday broadcast. And I'm just going to double check that I've got everything that is actually showing up properly on my screen, and it is. So, I am Anne LaFollette, and I come on live every Wednesday to talk about art, creativity, and entrepreneurship. And I have some questions for you today. I am curious if you struggle with Adobe Illustrator. Have you ever kind of wanted to put your designs on wrapping paper, for example, or onto fabric so that you could actually have a shirt made that's just like this? I'm curious, and if you're here live, tell me in the comments. Hello, Pauline, I can see you. Tell me in the comments if you struggle with Adobe Illustrator. And I hear a lot from my students. It's like, oh, I want to throw my computer out the window. It's just, right? It is a complex program. It's a very powerful program. And I think it takes a certain kind of step-by-step approach to get comfortable in it. And listen, it didn't happen for me overnight. And I don't think it really happens overnight for anyone. I think it is actually a process. So I just thought, since this is the week of Halloween, I thought that if you struggle with Adobe Illustrator, and you actually have always wanted to put your designs or your doodles onto either fabric or onto wrapping paper or even on a mug or a notebook, there's so many opportunities to get your art out into the world when you actually learn how to create what's called a repeating pattern. And here's the thing, a repeating pattern just means that the pattern goes on and on and on and on, right? It repeats endlessly from the top of the piece of wrapping paper all the way down to the bottom of the wrapping paper. And there's a very specific way to do that inside Adobe Illustrator. And if you are listening to me, you might be watching me live or you might be watching the replay. If you have tried this before and you're so frustrated and you want to scream, I thought it would be really fun for me to offer a 1-hour workshop where I can walk you through the process in an hour. And I know we're all super busy. And so I thought, why don't I figure out a way that I can support you in unlocking the secret Adobe code? And so I'm going to share my screen for a second and I'm going to show you, I'll just tell you a little bit about this workshop. And you can find the link at members.artwithanne.com/workshop. And if you have been spooked by Adobe Illustrator, I want to invite you to join me because we will crack the code in 60 minutes. This is a live Halloween workshop where I'm going to create step by step a seamless repeating pattern using Adobe Illustrator. We're going to do it from start to finish so that you will learn exactly how to do it yourself. And it's on Thursday, October 30th, which is tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That means it's 5 p.m. Pacific. And all you need to do is click the orange button that says, yes, count me in. And this is for you if you love to doodle and you love to create designs, but Adobe Illustrator makes you want to scream. Let me come back on screen because I wanted to do something that would be really valuable for you and would also be really, really fun for us to do together because this is going to be on Zoom. And I just thought that it would be really fun because if you love to doodle, but you get as soon as you open up Adobe Illustrator and you start the process, Adobe Illustrator makes you want to scream. I want to be here to help you get past that. The other thing too is maybe you've watched a whole bunch of tutorials, but for some reason you still get stuck in one place or another. You get stuck, and when you go to take a look at your repeating pattern, it's not working right. It's got a couple mistakes in it, and it's like, now what do I do? Right now, what do I do? I'm tearing my hair out. And also, I think that this is one skill that when you master it, opens up so many doors of opportunity for you, because you can take that design and you can put it on a notebook cover, or you can create holiday wrapping paper. Look at all my beautiful holiday wrapping papers. I have all these gorgeous wrapping papers ready for the holiday season, which is right around the corner. And there's still time for you to learn this skill with me at this 1-hour workshop and order some wrapping paper for your holiday, with your holiday designs on them. And wouldn't that be amazing to be able to wrap your Christmas presents or your Hanukkah presents with your own wrapping paper this year? So I'm super excited. And what we're going to cover in the 60 minutes is a live demonstration. And there is going to be a replay, so it's okay. I don't want you to try to do it with me. I want you to watch me do it, and then you'll have the step-by-step video that you can watch as often as you want. But I'm going to show you how to do it from start to finish, and it takes about 25 minutes. And then, of course, once you have the recording, you can stop it. You can play it as many times as you want. You can watch the very beginning and then do those steps yourself. Then you can go to the next part and you can do those steps yourself. And we also are going to talk about my 3 golden rules. So I've been teaching this for quite a while now. I had a corporate job and I got laid off. You've probably heard that story. Don't need to repeat it here. But I reinvented myself, and I decided that I wanted to become my own boss. And I wanted to learn this skill inside Adobe Illustrator so that I could put my designs on fabric and on wrapping paper and other products. And the reason that I tell you that story is, as I was learning, I found that there was this unlock, which I am calling the 3 golden rules. And if you memorize my 3 golden rules, and I'll go through them in the workshop, your pattern will come out right every single time. And listen to this. If you find that you have a mistake in your pattern, it's because you didn't follow one of the golden rules exactly as needed. And I always encourage my students to remember that you are much smarter than the computer, right? And so if Adobe Illustrator is making you scream, it's because you're smarter than it is, and you're probably trying to work a little faster than it can handle, or you're trying to do things out of order and it's a machine. And so it needs you to do it very, very systematically, very intentionally, in the right order, without skipping any steps. And that can be really irritating, but it also is very comforting. I like to make this analogy and to put the juxtaposition of, yes, that can be super irritating. But on the other hand, it's very comforting, because if you know what the steps are and you follow those steps religiously, your pattern is going to work. And so I'm going to give you kind of the keys to the kingdom with my 3 golden rules. And we're also going to talk about the 3 most common mistakes and how to fix them, because I don't want to leave you high and dry. I want to make sure if you run into an issue that you know how to fix it. And there'll also be time for a Q&A. There'll be time for a Q&A. And so that is what today's broadcast is all about. So let me turn on my comments over here and see who's here with me today. It's always lovely to see you. And I'm going to turn on my comments and reactions. And so I've never used Affinity Designer. So Kathy, hey, let's see what's happening with these comments. Something happened with an update. And so your comment, hello, Kathy, it's great to see you. And I don't know why it's white on white. You can barely read that, but I can read it. So first of all, Kathy, it's great to see you. And I hope your move went really, really well. And so I've never used Affinity Designer, but you can absolutely experiment with it. And I believe that if you understand the theory, right, you understand the theory and you understand the steps using Adobe Illustrator, I think you can apply them to any other program that you use, because the theory of how a repeating pattern works is the same. Great question. There's Pauline Riley. This is wonderful. So you just have to go to members.artwithann.com/workshop to grab your seat. And hello, Judy Hayes. It's lovely to see you as well. And thank you for joining me live. I love your getting ready for Halloween. And so that's what I wanted to just chat about very briefly today, which is that I am offering this 1-hour workshop. It's tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific, which is 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's a workshop that's called Stop Being Spooked by Adobe Illustrator and crack the code in 60 minutes so that you can create a seamlessly repeating pattern using Adobe Illustrator and get your own wrapping paper made in time for the holidays. I think it's going to be a blast, and I am very, very excited about it. And thank you, Pauline, for putting the link into the chat. It's members.artwithann.com/workshop. And you can also find it on my website if you go to my website. And it's also in the title of today's broadcast. So I am so thankful for all of you who come and join me each week to listen to this broadcast. I'm going to let you go to give you back some extra time today because I'm preparing for the workshop right now. All right. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you will come tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific or 8 p.m. Eastern. And all you need to do is go to members.artwithann.com/workshop to grab your ticket. And it's live on Zoom. So it's going to be super, super interactive. And I hope to see you there. And if I don't see you there, don't worry. I will, maybe you'll join me the next time around. And I want to wish everybody happy Halloween because I won't be live until next Wednesday, which is after Halloween. So have a fantastic Halloween. And again, thank you so much for joining me. I always like to say in closing, let me see if my button works again. It's so interesting. Look, my cute little smiley faces are in the corner, but this one's working. I have a couple of really, really fun buttons. So those ones are working. The other one has a glitch in it of some sort. But in any event, I always like to say in closing that I am Anne LaFollette, and it's never too late to create. And join me for the Stop Being Spooked by Adobe Illustrator workshop that's happening tomorrow. And you can learn all about it by going to members.artwithann.com/workshop. And I hope to see you there. Bye for now.